Hello Stampers, this is Carrie Vacanti with Stampiphany, a great stampin' idea. Today I've got a nice simple card using one of our Sale-A-Bration sets called What I Love. This is a multi-layer stamping type of set, so it's in our Sale-A-Bration catalog, right here. And as you can see, there's 3 different layers to the image. So I've got here some Wisteria Wonder cardstock, and I'm going to take that and I'm going to do something different to the front. I'm going to take a ruler and my bone folder, and I'm going to make some creases so I can fold this the front of the card rather, back, just to give the card, just to do something different, so you can kind of peek through and see what's inside the card in the back panel. So here you can see that I'm just folding it back, and I just do that 3 times. And then what I'm going to do is just, I'm going to tack that down later. Right now I'm going to take my stamp set, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the detailed layer of this flower. To me it kind of looks like carnations, but flower lovers who know more about plants might call it something different. I should have asked my husband, he loves to garden. But I'm going to just take a Wisteria Wonder ink pad, and I'm going to stamp the detailed layer of this flower right here. I'm just worried about the right hand side of inside of the card. That's all I want to do, is just stamp that side. That way there's enough to write a little message or something on the inside. So I'm going to take this part now, and I'm going to use my fast fuse, and I'm going to glue this down. So, oh, actually I'm going to sponge it first. Okay, my bad. So yeah, okay, I know what I'm doing, right. So I'm going to take a sponge and I'm going to ink up the front of that. I just felt the front of the card was too plain, and so this is a great way to just add kind of a pattern background without really too much effort. So that's just color on color right there. So guess what? Now I'm taking the fast fuse and I'm gluing my little folds down. The reason I'm doing that is I didn't want them to come undone in the mail. Later on we're going to clip it down with a paper clip, but again I just wanted to make sure that these were good and secure and weren't going to be coming undone. So now that is done, I wanted to add just a little bit of an accent of color. So I found this little strip of cardstock, and this is just eggplant. Oh no, this is Perfect Plum, sorry. I'm putting that just behind that card front right there, just to add a little pop there. And I'm just trimming off the edges there so they're flush with the front of the card. And once that's done, now we can move on to the next step, which is actually stamping the flower in the 3 different layers. So this is a great way to get 3 different shades with 1 ink pad. So I'm just using 1 ink pad, and the first one is I'm going to stamp the flower, and you can see there's a little pointed edge to the stamp. That doesn't actually stamp, but it gives you a guide so that you can line up your different layers. So you see the second layer, I stamped it off once, and then I kind of get it in the general area. This stamp set is really forgiving, so if you don't get it perfect, it's totally fine. So now I'm going to stamp it off twice, kind of get my little pointer tab, whatever you want to call it, in the right direction. And now I have this beautiful flower with shades of yellow, and I just used 1 ink pad, which is a great way to get more bang for your buck. Now these ink pads, the next color I'm using is the Pear Pizzazz. Yes, Pear Pizzazz. And I'm just going around and stamping these little leaves around, and I'm stamping them off because I didn't want it overpoweringly green in the back. I just wanted to make it so the background wasn't so plain. And then I added some leaves, and I'm going to take my blender pen here, and I'm just going to add a little bit of color to those leaves just to fill them in so they kind of match the artistic style of the flower too. And that's, again, super easy to do. Just grab a little color off the lid and just scribble that in there just like you're using a marker. Blender pens are super easy to use. So now I'm going to take this and just layer it on a square of Pear Pizzazz. And we're going to put this on the front of our card. And I'm just going to tuck it under that last fold there. I'm just making sure I like where it is. And I do. So then I'll just tuck that under there. So now we can stamp the front. And I really do like the script of this greeting. I hope you do too. I think it's really beautiful. Kind of the handmade, hand look written. I like it. So then I stamped in the middle, and now we're going to add our little paper clip. To that, I just found a little paper clip out of my stash, and this is some of our gold cording. And I'm just going to take that and thread that through the paper clip and tie a bow is what I'm going to do it. Now you'll have to pull kind of tight. This cording is really stiff, so you kind of have to wrestle it into submission here and make a little bow. So here's, I got that done, and now I'm just clipping that on the edge there to make it look like the paper clip was holding those folds down. And I wanted to make sure that that cording wasn't going to come undone, so I just took some of my fine tip glue pen and just put a little stash on there and got that to hold that in there. I didn't want it to come undone in the mail or that sort of thing. Now the last step that I did with this card was I just added some Wink of Stella to the inside of my flowers. I felt it added a nice little shine to the flower, and that's pretty much all there is to it. This is a nice, great, quick card. Change the greeting up, make it into birthday cards, make it into sympathy cards, whatever works for you. Thanks for watching and have a fabulous day.